made it back up in here for another episode number 3 of Let's Talk About It, the podcast. I'm glad to have you back if you're returning. If you're new, thank you for coming through. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for deciding to give this a listen. And if you choosing not to come back, thank you. It's been cool. Glad you gave me a view or two, and hopefully you'll come back later. If not, it's been nice. Like I said, it's episode 3, and I'm getting a little more comfortable with doing this. You know, it's one thing to turn your phone on Facebook or whatever, Instagram, and just talk. But to have to put that within a certain structure, you have to adjust to that. You know, so I still have a lot to say, but it's still certain things that have to be produced a certain way for it to kind of make sense. Okay, so what I've done, I've added a new segment to the podcast at the beginning where I'm going to be promoting particularly black-owned businesses in our community, starting with, people around me in my hometown or whatever, and other people that I know, because there's other people that have already contacted me and will possibly be giving me their info to promote. I haven't given it a title yet, but that's coming. But what I want to do, and one of the requirements is, where it will be implemented more, I need you to have a website, because it really does no good for me to promote it if it's not a really efficient way. If I can't guarantee that there's an efficient way that the customer can purchase your product. Yeah, I could give them your social media and your Cashaps and this and that, but it's easier and better if you have a website. So that's one thing I'm asking you to have. It's not really enforced yet, but it's coming. Okay, so I'm going to get right to it. The first one that I have is from Crawley Family Center. And I'm going to read what they have sent me and what they want to be advertised, because it is a good business. And that's the thing, too. I am going to be checking you out. If you inquire about it, I'm going to check out to see if you're really doing what you want to be promoted and how you're moving with it. Because I don't want to vouch for something that later on you won't be the one to look really bad for. It's going to be because Ed said it. And I'd rather them find that out on their own if you're not doing good business, rather than me sending them that way. So if you inquire, I'm going to check you out. Like I said first, Crawley Family Center. With over 17 years of early childhood education, Crawley Family Center is dedicated to ensuring that every child matters. The Crawley Family Center believes in creating a fun and safe environment that prepares your child for school and future life endeavors. They follow a preschool curriculum, provide assistance with virtual learning, encourages social distancing, and CDC guidelines are followed. They're located in the Suffolk, Virginia area, and will be serving the surrounding areas. I will put their web link in the description for you to schedule an appointment to enroll. Come meet the people who care about the people you care about. That's big. Let me say that again. I'm guessing that's their slogan or one of their mottos. Come meet the people who care about the people you care about. If you're in that area, and I can vouch for myself, they do have years of experience in this field, have done it at different levels, and now they're branching out to do something that could build legacy, something of their own. Great reviews. Go to their website, like I said, it'll be in the link, and you'll see some of the reviews and some of the work that they have done and the things that are available. All right, I'm stammering a little bit, but we're going to get through it. Let me sip a little drink of water, and we're going to get to more. All right, secondly, as you see tonight, I'm not wearing TSOV. Usually I have on like one of my hoodies or something. But what I'm rocking tonight, as you see, Royal Label. Let me tell you a little bit about this. Solid brother, Kei Foster, right here from Emporia, Virginia. That's where I'm from. He's the mind and the creator behind this brand. I was out and about. I literally just got in town. Went to my homeboy house today, which is his people's. He pulled up, kicking it or whatever, chopping it up. Went in the crib, chopped it up a little bit. And he mentioned his brand. I was like, you got something with you? He took me out to his van. Hey, he got some stuff. Like, this is just one. And this just popped to me because it's simplistic, yet it stands out at the same time. But if you're one that's like a big sneakerhead and stuff, and you into different colorways and things of that nature, he has different hoodies and t-shirts that I promise you, it's going to blend with whatever fit you put together. And check it out too. I don't know if you can see it. The little thing on the back. No, that's not like a mark or a tear or something. That's Virginia. That's the state. He has a method, and I won't try to explain his whole methodology of how he does it. But like, okay, with the Virginia being over the right shoulder, that means you got it on your back. You got VA on your back. I think if it's over the left shoulder or in a certain spot on the left, that means you got it in your heart. And he has other different spots that he puts it that may seem random, but he was breaking down the science to it, and it's dope. It's dope. So check him out. It's Royal Label on social media. I'm sure on Facebook. Follow the page. And as I mentioned earlier, the requirement is to have a website. But seeing him and knowing him for as long as I have and going back as far as we do, for me to have come at him that way, I would have kind of been fronting on him. Like, dude, we go back too far. Like, and he didn't ask me. I chose to because I liked it that much. He didn't ask me to promote my brand. No, it wasn't even that. I said, yo, I'm rocking this tonight when I shoot the pod. He was like, okay, that's what's up. Appreciate it, man. He was appreciative. So anyway, I'll put his information in the description as well, and go check him out. I wouldn't even be saying go do it if it wasn't worth going to be done. All right, let's get to it. And I'm going to go in a little different direction than what I intended to do. Because and if you see me looking over here, I got my laptop set up tonight. Like I said, I'm getting a little more comfortable, trying to get a little better at this. Let me switch that. I'm going to get better at this. And I'm doing a lot of this on the fly. I'm learning a lot of this as I do it. So if it's decent to you, just know a lot of this is the first time I'm doing some of this. But I was determined to do it, so I'm doing it. But as I was saying, I'm going in a different direction. The last one was divorce is not an option. Oh, really? And I broke down some of the things concerning why people even informed or uninformed, misinformed, get married in the first place. And I may have mentioned this statistic about the percentage of people that did get divorced in 2020. And I was going to do a part 2 to that, which I still might do. But the beauty of having a podcast is, you want things to kind of be synchronized and this and that. But at the same time, this is not a TV show. So I can switch it up and do something different if I find that the information might be more valuable at that moment rather than just forcing a different topic. Because that'll come back up because that's a part of a lot of people's story, including mine. Okay. So it's like this. A few years ago, when I was still like an active member in the church, which I no longer am, and it's cool, so don't nobody come up like, oh, well, I've been done with that for a minute, so relax. But I delivered a particular message one Sunday, and to me, I did think it had value to it. And it's not like it was something new because there's nothing new under the sun, but I guess for myself and for the people that heard it, it was just presented in a different way, in a new way, and it was very simple. To the point that even to this day, certain people that still run into me may know I don't, go to church or whatever like that, but they still remind me of that particular message and the effect that just the title had on their mind, on their life or whatever, or when they got in certain circumstances. And it was simple. The title was simply, "Who told you you could quit?" Simple as that. Who told you you could quit? You know, life is more than what we can describe in just a few words. You can't really sum it up all of what life really is in just a few words. You know, but I will use a few words to just try to tie some things together. You know, life is great. Life is beautiful. Life is lovely. Life is grand. But in life, with pretty much everything, there's always going to be duality. The yin and the yang, or however you pronounce it. I came close enough. So on the flip side, life is hard. Life is cold. Life is unforgiving. And life can be downright scary at times. When pursuing a dream or any goal, no matter what the size or whatever it might be, if you're really serious about it, you're really committed to it, you have to be willing to go through every emotion possible for as many years as it takes. And if that sounds simple, let me say it again. If you have goals and dreams, no matter what it might be, whether that's to get married, whether that's to be a millionaire, whether that's to be the head of a company, to be the best parent, the best sibling, whatever it might be, if you're really committed to that, you have to be willing to go through every emotion possible for as many years as necessary to get it. And the only weapon that you have is you. If you're fortunate to have anyone in your corner, you're indeed fortunate. But at the end of the day, the only one you really have, the only weapon that you have is you. And what your main tool is not giving up. Because in so many things, the key to success in it is not always being the brightest, not always being the most in shape, not always having the most money, not being the biggest in stature, or any of that, not being the most gifted. A lot of it comes down to the fact that you didn't give up. You know, I was listening to one of the late Nipsey Hussle's interviews just the other day. It was a clip when he was on Big Boy's show. And he basically said the exact same thing. He was like, it's not that I'm any better. I'm paraphrasing. Not that I'm any better than anybody or whatever. Not that I've attained this or that. He said, I just didn't give up. Yeah, I went through it all, but I didn't give up. And that's what got me here. And that's the key to it all. And it sounds simple. It sounds simple. Not giving up is your weapon. Not letting the fact that you don't see it keep you from seeing it. What do I mean by that? Sometimes, and it may be, sometimes it feels like your goal is way out there. Way out there, so far that you only have it in your mind because it seems to be so many stumbling blocks or so many life things in between this point and that point that you don't see it. You want it, and you sometimes you ponder and you think on the possibilities of it, but because so much is going on, you don't see it. But who told you could quit? Just because you don't see it right now, or because so many things are happening? Do you believe it? Is it really in your heart? Because that's the thing. You can sell, you can buy shoes, clothes, whatever. You can't buy a heart. You can't buy what goes in the heart. It got to be in you. Or at least find a way to get it in you if it's not already in you. Who told you could quit? Okay, next segment. You know, as we grow in at different stages, life can be so that you've dealt with bad for so long. Good actually feels strange. It feels temporary. Feels like any day now I'm going back to the BS because it seems like that's how it can be at times. Let me look back over that. As we grow in at different stages, life can be so that you've dealt with bad for so long, good actually feels strange. And I don't know, I can't speak for everybody. I'm going to speak for me though. Because see, I try to be honest with me. Before I can come up here and be honest with you, I'm talking to me first, or things I have dealt with, or am dealing with, or I'm going to deal with, because I ain't even got there yet, all the way. I'm trying to take the journey, show you what I've learned partially on my journey, and hopefully we can grow together for the rest of it. But sometimes you dealt with bad for so long or so often, because it might not be every day that's bad. You're going to have good moments, you're going to have laughs, you're going to enjoy this and that. But the hovering circumstances around you, whether it's bills, whether it's a relationship, whether it's just your mindset in general, your lack of self-esteem, insecurities, whatever it might be. If that's hovering over you for so long, when the sun finally does break through the clouds, you like, whoa, what is this? What are we doing here? And is this going to last? Like, it's like you almost start preparing again for the bad right in the middle of all the good. Because you know at some point, it's coming back. But who told you could quit? Yeah, what if it does come back? What if it gets harder next time? What if you lose more next time? What if even more people that you thought never would switch up on you? You ready to deal with that? But even if you're not, and you're the only one that you have, and your only weapon is not giving up, who told you could quit? Because really you're just dealing with yourself. You don't need anybody else's validation or approval to continue or to stop. Because at the end of the day, whether you do continue or stop, it's going to be up to you. So who told you could quit? You gave yourself permission to do that. Because if you did, you can't blame anybody else, regardless. Who told you that getting up at you pursuing a dream? Who told you that getting up at 5 a.m. or before, if necessary, is too early? And oh, I hear you. My body, child, I be tired. Child, okay. Well, at what point do you take command of your body? We use terms like mind over matter and all of these different things that we've made cliches, which actually are true things, but we made them cliche because if we don't apply them, they don't mean anything. But at what point do you tell your body to shut up and say, look, you're going to do what I said you're going to do. It's time to get up. Let's go. Because you can't keep saying you want this dream over here, but you're telling you to stay in the bed. You letting your legs and your feet tell your brain, the one that's one these that keep telling you, it's over here, it's over here. You gonna let that keep telling you, you gonna let your legs tell you to stay in the bed? Oh, my back hurting a little bit. Now, if you're sick, look, be wise about what I'm saying. And let's make it clear, I'm no expert. I'm not coming up here as if I know it all. Like I said, I'm trying to share some things that I've come across, and basically asking questions, as I did with the title. Who told you could quit? That's more so for you to ponder on, not for me, because I have to deal with that for myself. It's not me making a judgment to you. It's me getting you to challenge you. Because it seems to be at least two. It's getting you, the one that says it wants these goals and different things, to face the one that makes them procrastinate, makes them doubt, makes them question, makes them want to give up. So it's me getting this you to challenge that you. Now, like I mentioned about getting to sleep, of course your body needs sleep. Look, I'm 41. Now, there was a time a little bit earlier when I was doing some things where I would make myself stay up for I was working at a group home. So when I would get off 11 o'clock, it might be maybe Wednesday, I can't remember what day. But my last shift for the next couple of days would end on that 11 p.m. that, say a Wednesday night. I would make myself stay up at least until the same time the next day. Because I had this thing in my head where you gotta stay up to get it, you got to stay up to get it. Now the way I was doing it, it seemed crazy, but it's the way it got my brain set is actually beneficial now. Even though I do get my rest, it burned the mentality into my head doing that. Now I'm not saying everybody should do some of the things that I might speak about, but you got to train your own mind to be a certain way. Quitting is easy. And the immediate satisfaction from it is exhilarating. It feels good to just have a good quit. After you've been dealing with something for so long, it could go to sports. Say if you was in school or whatever and was on the basketball team or whatever. I was in the band, drummer myself. I use my own situation. You're in the band and you can't quite figure out how to march and play your instrument at the same time. Because that is something that people struggle with. You literally have to try to march and play, whether it's a instrument or a drum. Your whole body is trying to figure out how to do all this at the same time. Some people never get it, or they quit before they get it. But when you get to that point where you just fed up and the pressure from it is just on your back and you stressed out and you just don't know what you're going to do. You're crying and you're going through it. And then you just get to the point where you say it's your breaking point. You tell yourself, this is my breaking point. You hear what I said? You tell yourself, this is my breaking point. And you quit. It feels good because now I ain't got to worry about trying to march and play no instrument at the same time. If you hear a little train in the background, it's a train in the background. Okay, it's kind of gone a little bit now. But that initial quit, even whether it's a relationship, like I said, that initial knowing, boom, I ain't got to deal with this no more. But it's fleeting because now you have to immediately deal with, so what now? But if you're heading to quit, but when you're pursuing a dream, because I'm about to wrap it up, I'm not even going to stay up here too long. When you're pursuing a dream and you quit, it feels good because there's no more pressure. There's no more stress. No more worry. No more what you think won't be any more problem. But there's no more dream. You quit. Who gave you permission to do that? It's you against you. You versus you. It's not your mama's fault. It's not your daddy's fault. It's not your siblings' fault. Not your grandparents. It's not the teacher's fault. When it comes to that, that's all on you. Who told you could quit? And I'm not gonna date a lot of these videos because I want them to, last forever. But January 2021, we're in a new year. And even though that's a construct or whatever, at the same time it's a new year and certain things do happen in a certain manner throughout the year. Set your mind now to win. Not to win if. Set your mind now to win 2021. Period. That's it. You have to have it in your mind that if I'm the only one that has the permission to tell me I can quit, then I can never give myself that permission. All right. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Which is not really a soapbox. I really hope that, helps somebody, man. It's a lot going on. And the battle does start up here. You can drive yourself crazy. You can drive yourself whichever way you allow yourself to be driven. Like I said, I hope y'all got something out of this. And I hope you do tune in next time. As I said, I'm getting a little more comfortable every time. I know some stuff I got to work on. And it's coming. Stick around. I promise you it's coming. But I hope you continue to tap in. And I'm going to be doing some more things as far as advertising. Trying to get more original music to possibly incorporate. Because I don't want to have to try to borrow. I'm not doing any copyright infringement and stuff like that. I know people that do music. So hopefully I can get some of that played so you can hear it and hopefully download their music. I'm showing my age a little bit talking about buys if you can go get a CD or something. At least download, stream their music when it becomes available. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. That was episode 3. And let me let y'all know something. It was about 2 years ago, or more maybe, but at least 2 years ago when I said I was going to start a podcast, right? And looking back, it's like, bro, if you had started then, you would already have a lot of episodes. But I let everything in the world stop me. I would give myself any excuse, the dumbest excuses. Well, they did make sense, but I didn't have to allow them to stop me. So literally about 3 weeks ago now, I had been given a mic for a gift some months ago. But I still would make an excuse. I need a new laptop. I need this. I need that. But about 3.5 weeks ago, I woke up, I said, I'm starting my podcast this weekend. Didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, other than the information I had gathered from watching other podcasts and trying to see how they put theirs together and things of that nature. Like I said, I'm learning a lot of this on the fly. But we gonna fly high, baby. Anyway, let me get up out of here. Hope y'all come back and join me next week because I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep going. And we're going to keep growing and we're going to keep growing and we're going to keep growing and we're going to keep growing. See y'all next time. Peace.